Welcome to Let's Make a Profit podcast. My name is Rebecca Howell. This podcast was really designed to be informational on profit first, the highs and lows of being a business owner, and really just owning your financials. So helping people understand what the financial reports are and how you actually read them and truly understand them. Did you know that 83% of all businesses run check to check? And what I mean by that is that when the money comes in, the money just, like, instantly goes out. There's really no savings. There's no putting it away for other purposes. So this podcast, again, like I said, was really to just help you understand if you're tired of not paying yourself your value, losing your why in the process, and working in your business rather than on your business. You found your people. We're here for you. I'm here to show you how to not continue being part of that 83% group, because nobody really wants to be in a bad 83% group. We'd rather be in the better 17% group. So again, my name is Rebecca Howell. I'm the owner and operator of Custom Bookkeeping and Accounting Solutions. I'm an enrolled agent with the IRS and also a certified Profit First advisor. Before I get started today, I'm going to take just a second to thank my sponsors. So Doctors Bo and Jamie Mullen and their staff at Harbor Life Chiropractic, they want to help you in unleashing your health potential. Tim and Sadie Marlowe at BD Local Podcast Studio, thank you for all your hard work with helping us make our podcast great. Roger Sargent with Affluence Business Solutions, helping the small business owner and their teams with their business development and leadership skills. So today, and I apologize, I'm really going to read off my notes because I've done a lot of research and really diving into other people and what information that they're sharing. We're going to be talking today about recession response. So a really touchy subject, obviously, as we're in this recession, but I want you to kind of look at what you may or may not be doing through COVID and what you might want to try or things not to do necessarily. So small businesses are the backbone of the economy. They will define how quickly we come back, because really, again, when you look at that 83% of small businesses run check to check, small businesses are there are so many small businesses that are really going to be creative and learn how to come out of this recession, and they're going to help us recover faster. So every recession has brought new business because of the innovation and change that small businesses industries can do. Small businesses are like fishing boats. They can easily maneuver and pivot. Large businesses are like cruise ships. They can't easily pivot as quickly as the small business. So that's why I say that, the small businesses are going to be the driving force of us getting out of recessions. And it really, the success of small business industry depends on your success. You provide the livelihood for your family, for yourself, and also you're more naturally invested in what the outcome is. Larger businesses, the employees aren't as invested as necessarily small business team members or even just the business owners. We started this, we had pride in this, and we truly are invested to see this to be successful. So, did you know that in our history, since the start of United States, we've had as many as 47 recessions, some of them larger than others, some obviously very small. We've obviously had some major ones, 2001, 2008, 2009, and obviously we're currently in one. But if you think that a recession is not going to happen again in your lifetime or your business, your business lives, then you really are not doing a good service to your business and preparing yourself and your team members that count on you. Because as small businesses grow, what do we want to do? We want to add team members. Those team members now rely on us to make good business decisions to help sustain our business and also, the livelihood that they've invested into us. There are stages of recession are a lot like grief. The first stage is a shock stage. People are in shock. They freeze. They have a tendency to create no action because they don't know what to expect. They don't know how this is going to affect them. So some people don't move past this step and they will automatically just shut down. They give up. Others take a pause and move to the next step. The step 2 of recession response is desperation. Desperation is a stage where people tend to overreact or make bad decisions. Maybe take on debt that was not good for them. It may give temporary relief, but it does not address the real issues of affecting your spending habits. Not fully learning what the long-term effects of that cash management decision really are is not doing your business a service. And I didn't want to really talk too much about Profit First today, but the Profit First method and the benefits of this during the recession really helps that depression stage. So the third stage is evaluation, measuring the metrics and analyzing your business. This process will usually take 2 to 3 weeks for you to take that data and analyze it effectively. But during this period, as you're analyzing, you're looking at what works and what doesn't work, or what did work and what doesn't work now. And maybe you've had to pivot and change because of this recession. During the third and fourth stage, businesses can evaluate their business and not come up with a good plan of action to move forward. And they end up back in that second stage of desperation again. Obviously, we want good evaluation, we want good numbers, and we don't want to see you move backwards in a desperation stage, or at this point, a lot of businesses will also give up. Stage 4 is deliberate action. Be strategic and rebound. Deliberate action is the one thing that is going to move you forward and be the most impactful. Stage 5 is surge or burst, depends on what you want to call it. It's being prepared and looking at the opportunity. We don't know how long this recession is going to last or how long it will take your business to get to this step. Some businesses will get here sooner and some will take a little bit longer. But trust that if you plan correctly, it will happen. There is pinned up frustration around the community and less competition at this point. This is not something we all want to happen, but not all businesses planned correctly to come out on the other side of this. So there is less competition, which means there are more opportunities for us small businesses to kind of pounce on those opportunities and make those work for both us and our consumers. If you are laying the groundwork properly right now, you'll be able to better handle the burst when it does happen. So here are a few things that I've kind of come up to help success through the recession and any others that we may be faced with. Because like I said, if you think that a recession is not going to happen again, it certainly will. It just depends on how it's going to affect us. What is the next recession? We don't know. And each industry is a little bit differently affected. Obviously, 2001 was more the technology side. 2008 was the housing. We all felt it, but the housing market took the biggest hit. And now a lot more of it is the restaurants and then, some of those smaller businesses. So one of the things that you can do to kind of recreate or look at what your opportunities truly are in a recession, you can take the one step back method. This is a reversed order of your final product. So you look at what is the final product that you release to your consumers. I'm going to use restaurants as an example because we all do know that they've been hit the hardest and they really have had to probably pivot the most compared to most of us. Their final product was placing food on the table. With them not being able to deliver the food to the table, their one step back is carrying the food to the table. If you can provide carry out or deliver, this is your one step back. So you look at where is your opportunities to still be a viable business. It may not look like what your final product was, but you continue to take those steps back until you figure out what is going to be the most useful during a recession. I know some restaurants are doing better now with to-go orders than they were when they were fully open, which is kind of a weird concept, but because we know that restaurants are still, people like to eat out. They don't want to cook. So the restaurants that were able to pivot and, provide to-goes, or even some restaurants that partnered up with food trucks, they are doing way better than restaurants that were unable to really have that to go, or even, not have the option of to go out at all altogether. So this may not be the case in all industries, like restaurants only had to take one step back. Some industries may have to take 2 or 3 steps back, depending on what is the most useful during a recession. So this is not something that I suggest that you work with somebody outside of your core group of your business. You know your business the best, and it's really important that you take the time to break down each one of those steps from the final product backwards and see where you can find your opportunity that you can really capitalize on. I have a worksheet that I'm going to put on Let's Make a Profit podcast. You can click on the resource page. This is the one step back method worksheet where you can do this yourself. Try to go through your steps of what your product is from your final product to your inception. And then again, really capitalizing on what's going to work best for you. Another process you can do, which is kind of seems weird, is do less. We don't have to help everyone. So the do less, transfer, or trim. What I mean by this is reevaluate everything that you are doing in your business. As a small business owner, we think that we have to take on everything, and certainly more so probably during a crisis. But that truly is not going to probably help your business in the best manner. So use the data available to you from what is working and what is not working prior to this recession and see if you can transfer some things to your team members. So clear your plate. Give these things away. Also, it's time to trash and trim. Things that didn't work or took up too much of your time. We sometimes call that babysitting clients. Sometimes we don't want babysitting clients. Or maybe there's something that is just takes up too much of your time and there's not much return of value to that. So now is the time to maybe look at, let's trim some of those things and really get rid of those. By doing this, this allows you to focus on more pressing needs in your business and by in turn, do less with the everyday. That's what I meant by do less, because you're transferring or trimming. What you focus on gets bigger and allows you to make more effective decisions. Check out the Rapid Growth Analysis worksheet at Let's Make a Profit podcast resource page. This worksheet is there to help you list what is working and what is not working in areas of marketing, sales, product, service, and operations. Also, make sure that you reach out to your clients and your customers. Understand what is it do they need most from you right now. You may think you know what they need, but really reaching out and saying, hey, how can we help you? Your customer is going to appreciate the thought that you at least took the time to reach out to them. And also, this is a really good time for you to remind them of the value of doing business with you instead of your competitors. Continue to market your business but to maybe a narrower audience. We don't have as many people that we can reach, or again, like I said, do less can be more impactful. Maybe change your messaging. And remember, you do not have to serve everyone. The economy has not come to a complete stop, and there are people out there that are hungry for something different than what they've been experiencing. I also have a recession response checklist that lays out good do's and don'ts with cash flow, debt management, strategic planning, and accounting. So that goes back to, again, making those bad decisions, the cash flow, taking on debt, maybe not seriously looking at your expenditures. There's probably some expenditures in everybody's. I mean, I say this during Profit First, even in good times, but I'm sure during a recession, there's expenditures that you can cut, that you don't necessarily have to have. There is always new technology. There is always things that will provide the same service, maybe for one or two things that you're paying, and now you're only paying for one. You just have to take the time to research what you need in your business and see if there is money-saving opportunities out there, because I can guarantee you that there are. Some of the other resources, just, strategic planning. Now, even with year-end coming up, now's the time to really schedule those regular meetings with your accountant, your business coach, your advisor, your financial advisors, really evaluating, focusing on what your margins are right now. Maybe you can adjust those. Certainly something that, looking at new year, maybe you want to revamp some of your profit margin percentages. Controlling your debt is, just really consolidating, maintaining excellent personal status. So making sure that you are making your regular payments. If you've got high interest cards, now may be the time to look at something different. So there's a lot of different strategies that is on this recession response form, and I'll make sure to put it on the website. So, okay. So please don't think that you need to do all of these things. It's not necessary to do all of them. Pick what resonates the most with you, or resonates with you better, that makes sense to you. You can understand maybe one or two steps. It doesn't have to be, or maybe all three of them sound really good to you, but don't get overwhelmed with these steps. And also don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach out to me and ask questions. I'll be more than happy to assist with any of these worksheets, understanding recession response and how we are supposed to act and not act during a recession. Our biggest thing is just to look at what we do and how can we continue to service our clients maybe in a different way. So I can be reached out. Again, make sure you check out Let's Make a Profit podcast. The resource page will have all the resources on it. You can also contact me through the contact page. You can call me at 253-514-8564, or you can always email me at Rebecca@yourcustombookkeeper.com. Thank you for listening and have a great day.